To connect to the student network, what you need to do is open your device, find Limburg BYOD, select that. Wait till you get a little check or some sort of confirmation that you're actually connected to the BYOD network. That is step 1 of 2. You can see in this example that we have now successfully connected to the Limburg BYOD network. Step 2 is to go to your web browser and type in something super short and not secure like CNN.com. If it comes up with the web page, you know you're connected and good to go. If you're not connected, what it will do is pop up and ask you to log in with your Google credentials. Just by selecting Limburg BYOD network on the previous step is not enough. You do have to go to the web and actually make sure that you're connected. This series of videos is going to be covering Gmail. We're going to go over the iOS app, a little bit of the web, but the Android app is going to be very similar. So in a moment, the teachers are going to pause the video so you can go to the App Store and download the official Gmail app. That is what we're recommending to use because it is more feature rich than the app that comes with the device, the iOS or Android device. So teachers, if you would, pause this video so they can get the app downloaded and logged in. When the app downloads, make sure you log in with your school Gmail account. Now that we're logged in, what we need to do is add our email signature into our Gmail app. To do that, you want to open up Gmail, tap the hamburger icon, which is the 3 lines in the very upper left corner of the screen. Scroll down to the very bottom where you see settings. It's a little gear icon. Click that. Next, you want to click on your school account. Under the General tab, you're going to go down a couple where it says Signature Settings. Click that. Click to turn on the mobile signature, and this is where you're going to type in your email signature. So for example, first name, last name. Underneath that, you want to type class of whatever your graduation year is. Now that I've added it, I can click back, X, and now I'm ready to go. To do this in Chrome, you want to click on the gear icon, Settings, scroll down under the Signature section, check that you want to show a signature, add your signature, scroll to the very bottom, and click Save Changes. Teachers, at this point, please pause the video and have your students add their email signature either in Chrome or on their mobile device. Now we need to add our profile picture. To do that, we're going to go in the iOS app again, click the hamburger icon in the upper left, scroll down to the very bottom, click Settings, click your account, your school account. Then you want to go to the very top under account where it says Manage your Google account, click, and then where it says Update Photo, click that. It may ask you for some permissions like allowing it to access the camera, etc. What I can do now is go into Set My Profile Picture. You notice at the bottom I can take, choose, or cancel. On Chrome, in the upper right hand corner, you're going to click, it might be an initial, click, and then do change. This is going to allow you to upload a picture. This is where you can drag a picture of yourself into this section here. It is key that you use a good headshot, kind of like a great selfie of yourself, so that when a person pulls up your email or gets an email from you, they can tell exactly who it is. So teachers, at this point, if you would, pause the video and have your students add profile pictures to their Google account. Out of all the sections of this video, this might be the most important one. How do you send an effective email? So to start, we're going to go in iOS, and kind of near the bottom, you see the little pen. We'll click that so we can begin to construct our properly formatted email. In the subject line, this is really important. As someone who gets hundreds of emails a day, make sure it's eye-catching and tells the story of what the email is about. Maybe you have a question about your last test, so you're going to clearly state it in the subject line. Now we need a formal greeting. So let's put the person's name there. So as you see here, I have a subject line that is right to the point. I have a introduction. So as you see here, I've got my subject line, which is very clear and to the point. I've started with the title of the person who I'm emailing. And then in my body of my email, I've made it very quick and glanceable. So the teacher could look at it, glance it, and know exactly what they're going to be dealing with. Nobody really wants to get an email that is paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. or that is poorly spelled or grammatically awkward to read. You want to make it as clear and concise as possible. So teachers, at this point, if you want to, you could pause the video and have the students practice sending a very short email to each other, or you could continue on to the next portion of the video. Organization of your inbox can take a few different paths. Me personally, I never delete an email. I just kind of let them pile up. Some people that causes a lot of anxiety for. So what you could do is here in the iOS app, you can just, as we're going to see, swipe to the side. And what that's going to do is, as it says on the bottom, it's archived. In other words, think of it as putting it into a big file cabinet for looking at later on. So it's not deleted, it is just saved somewhere else and you can search for it later. Some people like to create labels. What we can do is in the upper left-hand corner, click on the hamburger icon, the 3 dashes, and we can see we have a series of labels here. To create a new one, I click the plus create new. So I'm just going to call it Canvas 18-19. So anything that relates to Canvas that comes into my inbox, I can organize it here. I'm going to click done in the upper right hand corner, go back to my inbox. So this is my Canvas email here. So now I need to put it into the label. Click the 3 dots in the upper right hand corner, move to Canvas 18-19. Now it's taken it out of my inbox and then organized it into a label. So if we're going to pull up our Gmail on Chrome, it's going to be very similar to what we just saw, but if I scroll down here on the far left hand side, I can see all of my labels here. Here's the one I just created. If I can scroll down, I can choose more. Keep going down. This is where I can create a new label here. All labels are going to do is help you organize your email into kind of like groups. Like I said before though, there's no one way to organize email. I keep them all in my inbox, and other people like to keep them in labels or delete them. That's going to be up to you. Teachers, at this point, feel free to pause the video and have the kids start to organize their inboxes, create new labels. Wherever you feel best use of your time now, go ahead and do that. The last thing we want to show you today is how to search your email inbox. If you look at the top of your inbox, you're going to see a magnifying glass. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And this is where I'm just going to type in something I'm looking for. Say something relating to Canvas. And I'm going to go ahead and click search. And it's going to pull up everything related to the word Canvas. But as you notice, there's a ton of things that I can just scroll through on and on and on and on and on. So there's quite a bit of things here. So using a word like Canvas might not be enough. If I just did something like Canvas SIS, then it's going to narrow it down even more. What I want to do though is show you 3 things. I'm going to delete those. I'm going to put in the word from. It's from someone named Keith, and it's about Canvas. So we're going to be able to pull it up very quickly. Now you see that I get 2 things back instead of page after page after page. So instead of it's from someone named Keith and it's about Canvas, I could change from to, or I could also do subject. Maybe in the subject line it said Canvas SAS and I can search. You see they're going to see there's going to be most likely a lot less because in the subject line it has to have something around the words of Canvas and SIS. As you can see some of the highlighting as you start to go down the page. It's going to be very similar on Chrome, except in the search mail on the far right. I feel this is a little more powerful because you click the downward facing arrow and you have a lot of different things you can include or not include. You can do the attachments, you can give days, sizes, has the words, etc. So this is something that is definitely worth your time to investigate a little bit. Teachers, at this point, this concludes our Gmail video. So feel free to stop, rewatch, or have the kids dive in deeper into some of these different pieces, such as search, organization of inbox, how to send the proper email, adding the profile picture, and adding the signature.